Hey, how you doing today? It's episode number 3. Thanks for tuning in. Every day, gonna be doing new episodes. I don't know if the lighting's right. I don't care. I'm here to help you. I've got my computer screens here that for answering some questions and stuff, so it's a little different view today. First off, again, thanks for tuning in. The questions are starting to come in. I love it. This is all for you. I mean, ask me anything you want. It doesn't cost you anything. I'm here to address any topic that you'd like. I have so much info. All I say is just ask me. I'm right here, okay? So, in the comment section, leave a question there, and I will get to it and make a video of it, and we're just going to build this site. You know, it's you and me talking back and forth, and hopefully I can help somebody, okay? So, today's topic, I was going to talk about credit, okay? Before I talk about credit, I wanted to answer one of the questions that came in. This is a great question. It says, what are the best investment, what are the best investment insurance that offer compounding interest? Any advice? Now that is a big question, and the way I'm going to answer that is the best investment that I know of is rental properties, okay? So if you don't invest in rental properties then and have some money sitting aside that's just sitting in the bank. Right now, inflation is running at 8 to 12%. So with your money just sitting in the bank, you're losing 8 to 12% per year. So what I do with any extra money that I have, there's two things that I do. First off, I have an E-Trade account so you can invest your own money. And the best one that I've found is called JEPI. What that is I've got it pulled up right here. It's a JP Morgan equity premium income account. Now, or income fund. Anybody can invest in this. It's $51 a share. Now, this is a very, very low risk fund, okay? Now, first off, let me say, this is not investment advice. Do your own research. You know, you ask me a question, this is what I do, okay? This fund, it ranges between, $50 a share at its low up to $63 a share at its high. So it's not volatile at all. But the key is, it earns 11.29% on average on your money. So every $1,000 you put in there, I mean, you're earning $112 a year, you know, just having it sit there. So compounding interest is amazing, especially if you can find a great investment. This one here was recommended to me, JEPI. You can look it up for yourself. Another one that a lot of people invest in, but this one's a lot more volatile, and that is XOM. XOM is Exxon. It pays between 4 and 5% dividend, but the price of the shares, boy, as oil goes up, it goes way up. As oil goes down, it goes way down. That's not for me. I want things that are not volatile, a lot more safe. Some people would say, oh, it's too risky, you know, to invest in the stock market. Well, you're invested in cash. If you have money, I mean, you're losing 8 to 11% or 8 to 12% per year just holding on to dollars. I would rather be, I keep pointing to this because this is my monitor, JEPI, paying 11.29%. So, great question. I'll cover rental properties. I'll cover all kinds of other investments. Again, guide this channel. Ask me questions that you want to know, and I'll address it. So let's move on to credit. First, before I talk about credit, I want to talk about debt. Yesterday's episode was about debt. Debt and credit are two different things. They're totally separate, okay? Yes, credit can get you into debt. And like I said yesterday, you always want to stay out of debt. Never get into debt. There's a proper way of using credit. having good credit it's crucial in this life. In this day and age, you have to have good credit. Don't screw it up, okay? If you screwed it up, rebuild it. You've got to get an excellent credit score. When you have an excellent credit score, it shows that you can manage your life, and all the benefits that come along with a good credit score are incredible. You get lower car insurance. You can rent an apartment with ease. If you need a business loan or a loan for something else for an emergency, again, I say don't go into debt, but if you have a good credit rating, you can get a loan in a second at very low rates. I don't know if you ever see the car ads, but the car ads, they'll advertise 0% interest. If you pay real close attention down to the bottom, it says for well qualified. Well qualified is people with good credit. That's why insurance companies use a credit score, because it's kind of a window into your life. If you have bad credit, it shows that you can't manage something in your life. So that's why the insurance companies look at it so heavily. And banks, if you have a low credit score, you're higher risk, so they're going to charge you a lot more. So the first thing I'm going to say, you have to have a good credit score. And you have to get credit. People who say, oh, well, I don't believe in credit cards. Oh, no, you have to believe in credit cards. If you do it correctly, you make a ton of money on your credit cards. How? By the rewards. Just the rewards that these companies pay you to use their cards is incredible. Now, I'm not talking, here's where the problem is I don't think most people should get a credit card until they're after 30, because most people screw it up. You see the ads on TV. Oh, we give you 5 times points. Oh, we give you airline miles. Capital One, that's one of my favorite cards. They give you 2% cash back. Well, are you ready for this? A very small percentage of people use credit correctly. Most people don't, so they make so much money. Now, here's how credit cards make money. When you swipe the card at a store, the store has to pay a percentage of the sale. Then, if you don't pay your bill on time, they charge you 10, 15, 20, 30% interest. So they make money on both sides. But the trick to using credit correctly, which most people don't, that's why they do these ads. Oh yeah, get all this, 5% back on this, double air miles. If you use credit correctly, you can take advantage of all this. And the way you use it correctly is when you get a credit card, you pay it off every month. And you don't buy anything outside of your normal spending patterns, okay? So you get your gas, your food. For me, I pay like my health insurance. All the bills that I can pay using a credit card, I'll do it because you get the 2% cash back. That can rack up into hundreds and hundreds of just dollars for free. Now, the credit card company is betting you're going to screw it up because most people do. Don't screw it up. How hard is that? If you can't handle it, then don't do it. But I don't see how you can be in this life without having good credit. Also, don't mistake, a credit card is different than a debit card, okay? Let me explain that real quickly. Credit cards will stand behind you in regards to a purchase. Say, for instance, you purchased something at a store or something online, and it goes bad. And you have a problem with the person online, they won't take it back. Credit cards, if you make one valid attempt at calling the company and having them make it right, and they don't do it, you can immediately call the credit card company and say, hey, this is what happened, and you open what's called a dispute. The credit card company will always side with you and will always help you and stand behind your purchase. Now, the way that works is because the store had to sign a big contract with Visa, Discover, American Express that says, hey, if our customer uses our credit card and they have a problem, you need to take care of them. If you don't take care of them, then we'll take care of them and refund the money directly. So debit cards don't do that. That's why debit card and credit cards are totally different animals. Now, as you build your credit, you'll want to get different credit cards, okay? Let me go grab my wallet real quick. Okay, as I was grabbing my credit cards, I was thinking, there's something else that I want to talk to you about. If you don't have credit, let me tell you how you get credit, okay? First off, of course, you have to have a job. And you can't have bad credit, okay? So if you already have bad credit, you got to fix that, okay? No matter where you're at. And again, I'm going to say it again, don't go into debt. The best way for a young person to start getting credit is to go like to department stores like Kohl's, Nordstrom Rack, any stores that you normally shop at. That's where you want to get these department store cards. That's a first step, okay? And again, don't buy anything that you don't need. Also, people have a misconception that if they carry a balance, that builds their credit. No, it does not. You're just paying interest for nothing. Or you're just wasting money. No, carrying a balance does not build your credit. They don't look at you like, oh, look, he's carrying a balance. Pay it off every month. And don't buy anything outside of your normal spending patterns, okay? Just because you have a $200, $500, $5,000 credit card in your pocket doesn't mean you need to spend that money. You just spend it on your normal stuff. Another way to build credit and get a credit card is you can call these credit cards companies directly. I just helped one of my employees fix all this, and he couldn't believe how easy it was. We just called Capital One and got a secured Visa. The way it's secured is you send in. He had no credit. You got to have a credit to buy a house. You've got to have good credit. I'm going to jump all over here, but these are the thoughts that are coming in. You've got to have good credit. And again, this is the way you build it. Now back to the secured credit card. You just call up the credit card company and tell them you want a secured credit card. You send in $200 or $300 to them. Then they send you a credit card. They set that money aside. It doesn't go away. It's not a fee or anything like that. And they'll send you a credit card. And we did it with Capital One, and he started using the card and paying the balance off, and they just had that. They gave him the $200 or $300 limit, and they just have that. It's secured by that money. Now that money, the $200 or $300 that they're holding, it doesn't go towards your bill. They're just holding it just in case as a safety net. So as time goes on, and I showed him, you just use it for gas purchases. You just use it for food. You just use it for all your normal stuff. You don't go out of your spending patterns ever with these credit cards, okay? And within just a couple of months, he called him back and said, hey, can I get a regular credit card? Guess what? He got it. Now it's been a year and a half. He has all the rewards credit cards. His score went from in the 500s to now it's in the 700s. It's just something to be proud of, It shows that you're responsible, and then you get the best deals on everything, and you get a lot of rewards. So as you build your credit and as you get older, you'll have these credit cards, and they just make life so much easier, and it saves you so much money you won't believe it. Now, when you're getting a credit card, you always want to make sure of the annual fee. You want that at zero if you can, unless the annual fee, the benefits overwhelm the annual fee. Okay, I'm going to go over that. Now, I don't have all the, I keep my credit cards in a thing like this. And then that's another thing too. Don't keep all your credit cards in your wallet, okay? Just keep the one or two that you use the most, and then the other ones, as you can see, all of mine right here, I keep them locked in the safe and pull them out when I need them. So again, I'm not going to be exact on the annual fees on these. I think I'm close, but I'm not going to pull it all up and bore you with that. So I'm going to go through the credit cards in order why I have these, okay? The first one, I'm not going to pull each one out. The first one is my Capital One. The Capital One, I have these in order of how I use them. The Capital One is the one that I use the most. That one gives me 2% cash back on every purchase. Just straightforward. I also like about the Capital One is in the Capital One app that's always on in my phone, it always shows when purchases go through. Because I have this on for all my auto pay stuff. My health insurance, that gives me extra 2%. Internet gives me an extra 2% back. The rewards just build up, and it adds up to hundreds and can be thousands of dollars if you just let it build up. And that's for nothing. The next one I have is my American Airlines Advantage card. I have a lot of airline cards because we enjoy traveling. And when you have airline cards like this one here, the American Airlines, it's all about the bag fees. Now, the American Airlines, when you sign up for these cards, when you have good credit, they give you like 50,000, 70,000 miles. That's like $500 to $700 worth of airline tickets just to sign up. Now, they waive the fee, which is $99 per year for the first year, but they're giving you $500 to $700 to sign up. Then, with like this card here, your first bag is free. And like my wife, her bag's free also. That adds up so fast because it's like $25 or $30 per bag when you're flying. And it adds up, because it's $25 or $30 per bag each part of the flight, or going down there and then coming back. So just on one flight, if we just had one bag each, that's $30, $60, $90, $120 in savings just on one round trip flight. Now, that only works when you have the airline card that matches the airline that you're flying on. So this one's the American Airlines. Now I'm going to tell you something really huge. I know this video is gonna go long, but it's so important. This just happened to me last week. Now, when you use your points to fly, last week I needed to fly to Florida because I wanted a new car, and it was down in Florida to get the good deal. So I was looking online, and the flight was like $1,700, and I'm like, oh my gosh, why is it so much well, I needed a one-way. We needed a one-way ticket to go to West Virginia, pick up the car, and then drive down to Miami, drop the car off with some friends, and then fly back. So it's 2 one-way tickets. So rather than, I searched online to find the best price. American Airlines had the best price, but then I went into my American Airlines mileage account, and are you ready for this? Using their mileage account, rather than $1,700, it was only $600 for the whole thing. So that's only 60,000 points, $600. So we got the whole flights for free. That's how you use these cards correctly, okay? Next one I have, Discover card. I like Discover. They give you a very powerful 5% cash back. There's no annual fee on this one that I have, but the only issue with Discover is every 3 months they change the 5% cash back, and you have to go online. They send you an email, and you have to turn it on. That's their little trick. Next one is my Delta American Express. Same thing. I use this on Delta all the time. It gives you the miles so you can get free flights, and the bag checking, no bag fees with this Delta card. Next one, same thing, Southwest Airlines. You see that one? Next one is Alaska Airlines. Now, Alaska is really unique, okay? The Alaska Airlines card, again, it's $99 per year. They waive it for the first year. They give you like $600 or $700 in miles just to sign up. And Alaska gives you a complimentary ticket anywhere they fly once a year. So you see how, you spend the $99 And it's not 99. I'm sorry, the ticket's not complimentary. It's $99 for anywhere they go. But you see, you pay the $99 fee, and then if you take advantage of that complimentary second ticket for $99, I mean, you can save a fortune because some of their flights, are $600, $800. Also, makes all your bags free, and you get priority boarding, so you're on first. I hope this is making sense on how powerful these cards are and how much they save you. You need to decide for yourself if you just get a card like the Capital One that just, there's no annual fee and it just pays you 2% rewards, or if you're going to use some of these other features on these other cards. Now, we get to the most powerful one that I have, and that is the American Express Platinum, okay? The American Express Platinum is right around $700 to $800 a year. Yeah. But there's a big but on that, okay? First off, they give you 70,000 to 100,000 miles to sign up. So that's 700 to 1,000 miles. Then all the benefits while you're traveling, they give you like $200 a year in Uber credits. They give you, they cover your priority, whatever the check-in thing is down at the airport, global entry. So you don't have to wait in lines. You have the pre-check always, and then when you come back in from a different country, you don't have to go through anything. You just run your fingerprints. American Express covers that. There's so many benefits on the American Express card. Now here is the biggest one, okay, for me on American Express. And it just happened to me 2 weeks ago. So American Express is so powerful that they have all kinds of programs, and this is one with the rental cars, okay? You ever rent a car and they say, oh, do you want the additional insurance? As long as you rent with the American Express card and you turn on the rental car feature, they cover everything. This is so huge. So the way it works is when you rent the car, with your American Express, and it doesn't have to be the Platinum. The other American Express ones do too. My American Express Delta, you can turn that on. Let me explain how it works. When you rent the car and you've turned on the feature, they charge you $24, okay? So if you're renting a car for 1 day or renting a car for a month, it's one fee, $24, and that gives you the coverage that is the dream. So it doesn't affect your insurance coverage for your own personal cars. There's no deductible. I mean, it's just amazing. And every time those people at the rental car counter say, do you want the additional insurance? If you don't have the insurance, you might owe us a car. No. You're covered with the American Express as long as you turn that feature on. Last week when I was down in Florida, it wasn't my fault. I'm driving down the freeway and a rock hits the windshield. Chipped the windshield, cracked the windshield. So take it back. I rented with this American Express. Guess how much the windshield was? $890. No charge to me. That's how powerful this American Express is. Now, granted, you have to weigh your options on this American Express. Also, this Platinum one gets you into what's called the Centurion Clubs. They have these special hidden clubs in all of the airport. I shouldn't say all, in many of the big airports. So you get free food and complimentary drinks. Some of them have showers. I mean, you can just sit down, if you have a big layover. So if you travel a lot and can take advantage of the American Express Platinum, that's where that $700 or $800 a year, you weigh it out and it's a huge benefit. For me, it pays off big. Now, the next one I have in here is my Kohl's card. Why do I have a Kohl's card? We went down and I needed some clothes, okay? When you have excellent credit, they'll always offer you these deals like, oh, okay, if you sign up on our credit card, we'll give you an extra 30% off your entire purchase. Okay, no problem. So what I do is they were having a half off sale, and I think I got like $200 to $300 worth of clothes. So that was half off, so $150. And then if I signed up with their credit card, I got another 30%. I mean, it takes less than 20 seconds to give them my information. Now, a lot of people say, oh, won't that hurt your credit? When you have excellent credit, it only dings your credit like 1 or 2 points for a couple months. It doesn't matter. So you save all that money, and then, when I get home, I shut it off. I don't need it, but I'll use that every time. If you're going to offer me 20, 30, 40, 50% off for getting your credit card, and then when you shut it off, you're clear again. So, if you go back, say 6 months, 7 months later, and they offer it to you again, sign up again. Why not take advantage of the 30 or 40% off? So, let me go over it again. You've got to have good credit in this life. Don't screw it up. The credit card companies are betting that you screw it up. You need to be that small percentage that uses credit correctly, okay? You'll be able to make money off of it and choose your cards where the rewards are just insane. I hope this makes sense. Tomorrow, I want to see you here. Next episode, ask me some questions, subscribe, hit the bell. Let's build this channel. Have an awesome day.